I've got the perfect soundtrack for your drive home every Monday afternoon at 6 on Revelations, right here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Please stay tuned for Motormouth Radio on Sundays at 12 noon every Sunday, exclusively on WHPC. Join the Motormouths, Ray Gorino and Joe D. Features information, guest interviews, tech tips, and all your call-in questions on all topics relating to automobiles. And these guys know their stuff. In case you haven't heard this show, not only is it very informative, it is hilarious at times. A lot of call-ins and a lot of crazy people calling in with problems with their cars. And, Joe and Ray offering their expert opinion on these things and doing it in a somewhat comical fashion.
How you doing, boys?
Comical fashion.
Yeah, we're here for 30 days. In the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like some of my project for cars.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got a few of them rattling around. So
right,
30 days. That would be kind of an early
that
release.
Would be quick.
Yeah, really.
Well, that was our good buddy Steve K doing that nice impromptu promo for us, and you should listen to him Monday nights at 6.
Yeah, he comes up with some good stuff.
Oh
man.
Boy, does he really kick it! He kills it. I've been calling his show and requesting stuff because a couple of weeks ago he did some real early Tull. Last week, just this past Monday, he did. A couple weeks ago he did some Cream. Last week it was Tull. And just some great stuff, great programming. He picks stuff out of the deep tracks, out of the archives, and knows his stuff. So,
yeah, that's the kind of show where like he plays something. It's like, oh crap, I haven't heard that since whatever,
exactly,
the 80s, something like that.
Or further back in the 70s. I mean, he goes deep, which is really pretty cool. So
my compliments to him.
Mm-hmm. So we were going to talk about what was that?
Well, I was thinking, in case anybody was like living in a bomb shelter, there was the surprise snowstorm of 2018.
Oh, that.
Oh, yes, that was. That was great. Went to work, no problemo. Headed in, no sweat. They're talking about there'll be a little bit of coating to an inch. Yeah. Bull, whatever.
And everybody, every municipality, whether you're Nassau, Suffolk, the city, everybody's blaming everybody else.
Yeah.
And, the mayors and this, they're all saying, de Blasio was saying, hey, I'm with you guys. I was in traffic for 25 minutes.
25 minutes?
You have people calling in, I was in traffic for 5 hours, 8 hours. The GW Bridge was shut down.
Yeah.
I mean,
it took me 3 hours to go from Bayside, from Long Island City to Bayside.
Oh, jeez.
3 hours?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
No, that's crazy.
I mean, that's...
People ran out of gas. I heard there were people running out of gas on their trip. And they said the plows were ready, but at some point the municipalities didn't even send the plows out because they would have been in all that traffic.
Yeah, so not for nothing,
They would have had to have police go out and do a traffic break, stop the traffic, let the plows go through.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was
which would have even been more of a fuster cluck.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts on that, Joe?
Well, I mean, for one thing, I want to thank the angel on my shoulder that made me buy gas in the morning. Because,
nice.
You know how you get in the car and you're like, okay, I got enough to get there, no problem. I'll catch it on the way back. Yeah, right. No, for some ungodly reason, or godly reason in this case, I filled up before I left. I left a couple of minutes early, tanked up.
Nice.
And I didn't have to worry too much about the trip home, unlike some people that, like you said, we're running out of gas, overheating.
Mm-hmm.
Overheating in a snowstorm.
Yeah, that tells you something.
Yeah, well, cooling system, traffic cooling system service is important, even on like blizzardy days. And then let's talk about not being able to see where the heck you're going.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Got to the car. I mean, I'm one of those people that I try to clean off the car as much as possible before I take off.
Right.
And it was kind of light, so it was no big deal. Got out the snow brush, and in about 2-3 minutes, I had to clean. I already had the car running, so that way the heat would come up.
Mm-hmm.
I must have gone 10 minutes, and I couldn't see out the back window.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And it turned the defroster on, and that only kind of sort of helped. And I know the defroster works, but like the snow was just packed up. And the wipers. The wipers.
Yeah.
Now, there's something that we've been meaning to talk about was the different styles of wiper blades.
Absolutely.
And what was happening to me is like I have wipers that are in good shape. I mean, you know, I put them
fit
on
and toned.
Yes, they've definitely done their
Very
wipe ups.
good looking rubber.
Yeah. They flex very well.
They flex very good. Yeah.
So
I like them.
Oh, come on now!
We will go 10 now.
Yeah,
stealing all John's.
You vibe very well.
I'm stealing all your buddy's best lines too.
Yeah, he's out there. I think hopefully he's listening. I see his little green dot next to him on Facebook there.
Nice.
But essentially, what happened was I have the most common or the type of blade which has got like a skeleton to it.
The regular summer windshield blades with the ladder construction.
Right.
Which ices up beautifully.
Oh, it does. And it turns into this wonderful, I mean, after a little while, like luckily traffic was like pretty stop and go, so I would get out every once in a while, slam them,
right?
You know, brush them off, whatever.
I wait for it to come. I open the window and I wait for it to come back to the left side, and I reach out and just kind of grab it and do that tweak. And sometimes you miss and you feel like a moron, but other times it works.
Yeah, right. I know. What happens is, you know, if you're in that type of if you're in that type of situation enough with snow. You know what I mean? There are different types of blades.
Yes.
And you may want to think about it because I noticed a couple things. And this snow, it was really good snowball snow. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was kind of wet and sticky. And, you know what I mean? Like it would like plop onto the windshield or the hood or whatever. And it was staying. It wasn't going anyplace. Right. You know what I mean? And what ends up happening is it can get dangerous pretty fast, you know.
They also went to silicone wiper blades, which are good. They're like Rain-X impregnated, great for the wet weather. But the other style, the next style up, Joe, is the type I've been using for years now called the beam style, which just looks like the rubber and on its substrate is one construction with no ladder. They were built by
Scotty. They were beamed.
They could be beamed, right. It's the only style that maintains the same level of performance over time because they actually bend to the contour of the windshield.
Right.
I love them. I've been using those, like I said, for over 10 years now and like them.
Yeah. There's that and there's the winter blade, which has got the rubber around it.
There you go.
That's the stuff.
To interject the story. Right. Now, the winter style, like Joe just said, is the beam style, not the beam style, the ladder style, but with a boot over to cover all of that stuff.
Boot.
Boot. Now, just the story goes like this. Thursday, I had to put another order in from Rock Auto.
Yeah.
And what I did is I ordered the O2 sensor for my Impala.
Right.
I ordered
we did that park with diagnostics.
Yeah, we did that after
in about 30 seconds.
That's right. I ordered a rear stabilizer link for my Mazda that's clunking, and I ordered a pair of winter wiper blades for my Mazda.
Good idea.
That stuff came the next day, Friday.
Isn't it? They're scary.
Geez, they put a store in the corner? It's like, I couldn't get something from a deli that quick. You know?
Yeah, you remember like the Coyote would order something from Acme and like as soon as it's, exactly. It's the same thing. They're amazing.
You're right. You're right. All right.
Okay, Matthew.
Yeah.
But I think that stuff like that is important. I also... I'm going to, of course, I'm closing the barn door once the horse got out, is I'm going to do a thorough cleaning of the outer glass surfaces.
Get some of that barkeeper's friend.
Yeah, barkeeper's friend. And then maybe I was considering some Rain-X.
Okay.
Except the windshield. I don't like Rain-X on the windshield.
You don't? No? Why?
Well, I mean, it depends. Like the Rain-X impregnated wipers, which I have on the minivan, on the toolbox, which work pretty well. But for some reason, like the other cars that I've had, it made them like they were like wiping dry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, they'd be like,
yeah.
So that just made me crazy.
I was a proponent of Rain-X for many years. I used the liquid, and I found this. If anybody wants to use it, here's a tip for you. They tell you to apply it, clean the glass, apply it in a circular motion, overlapping circles, let it haze, wipe it off with, I think, a damp cloth, and then apply it again, and then wipe it off. I found by many, many applications doing this that I preferred using larger overlapping circles as opposed to smaller circles.
Right.
And the reason being, when the water hits the windshield... Wax off. Yeah, but right, exactly. When the water hits the windshield, with smaller circles, it stays in little beads.
Right.
With bigger circles, that water goes into bigger beads.
It goes into streaks.
Which hits the bigger beads on, and it flies off faster in bigger sections. So that's just a little tip that I found. Maybe that was my issue over there, because I would do those little like obsessive compulsive little friggin' circles there. Right.
And
I don't think we're doing this topic just as well enough with the two of us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if we can get this article put up on our website under our tech tips.
Yes, because this is, you got to be able to see out the friggin' car.
Exactly.
Because that leads us to the other thing, is like, you better have good tires. Like, forget about inflation. I mean, of course, well, you hear Ray enough with that.
Yeah, right.
Ray never, and Ray's absolutely right, because properly inflated tires, you know what I mean, give you the best contact patch.
Talking to that, Kim had a problem with the windshield wiper. She lost the wiper. It scratched her glass. And we have a friend who maybe called to talk to us about an inflation problem. But we'll go to the phones first and say hi. You're on with the Motor Mouths.
Hello, Ray and Joe.
And there he is. It's our friend Gerard from PA. We were just talking about tire pressures, Gerard.
Yes.
I know. That's why that was my cue.
Oh, you're waiting for the segue. Okay.
Segue.
Cue the truck driver. All right.
What's going on?
And it was funny also with Joe talking about the snow and stuff, because we got hammered pretty good in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure
But
you did.
the thing that's funny is my tire pressure sensor clicked off on the way back from work.
Now, tell us what kind of car this is, Gerard. What's the year and the model?
It's a 2016 Ford Focus.
Uh-huh.
And I just had the car serviced, complete service, at the Ford dealer on Monday.
That was probably the first mistake, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I
since I'm leasing the vehicle, they take care of everything.
We understand.
Sure. Yeah.
But it clicked off, so I parked the car and I took my wife's truck to work instead.
Right.
And the next day when I came back, I checked the pressures. 3 of them was 6 pounds of pressure low, and the one in the left front was 7 pounds low.
Yeah. Joe, now we did talk about this. That car does call for a 36-pound set on those tires.
Yes.
Which I thought was kind of high. I mean, that in this day and age. But anyway, Joe and I talked about this. I think what happened, Gerard, is the tech, they probably just reset the tires all to like 32, which is average. You know that from your days in tires. And you were under the threshold right from the start.
Yeah, I was probably like right on the borderline.
On the cusp.
Right. Because if you figure that the 4 pounds lower they went, plus whatever would have happened with the weather dropping, every 10 degrees you lose 1 PSI. I think that's what happened. I would say you should reset them yourself and monitor it yourself.
Right.
Yes, that's what I did. I wound up checking it, and that's how I knew the pressure was low.
Does that vehicle does that have a display of like what tires are what, like left front tires this many pounds, right front tires that many pounds?
No, it just all of a sudden just pops up, says it's low pressure.
It pops up, so it's a what they call a lower line system, where it just says, "Hey, stupid, get out and look for something flat." Yeah.
Well, then there is a predetermined threshold, a range of what that pressure can be. Correct,
Typically, 15 to 20% is the I would say is the most common threshold out there.
So 20% of 36 is just about 7.
Yeah,
if I do my math right.
Right, but you're better at it than I am.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, because it'd be 3.6 doubled. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's just because the tire got so cold going through all that slush on the road.
You need to buy.
Were you driving really, really slow?
I don't drive slow.
Well, I mean, on Thursday I was driving. You
had to drive slow,
like 3 miles an hour. With stoplights every.
No,
50
I don't
feet.
drive.
Maybe you need tire cozies or something, like little fur coats for your tires. I don't know.
Tire warmers.
Yeah,
there you go.
Tires.
Yeah, tire warmers like the F1 cars.
Right.
I think what happened was somebody just said, 32, Good.
Right.
Not flat. Okay, even better.
Yeah. I think the thing to do is what you did. Reset them and now monitor it and see what happens. And if you are losing air, you'll know because you'll see it when you check it manually.
Right.
Yeah, but all of them pretty close, so that
Right.
was really...
So that tells you that it was pretty much intentional.
That's kind of the smoking gun, yeah.
Yeah, either that or you parked in like an ice bath or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, unless the guy just never checked the pressures to begin with.
Maybe, or like I said, I think it's more realistic that he set them too low. You know,
Yeah.
and just started from there.
Either one is a acceptable possibility.